Never.
All right, ready?
Yep.
We are doing determination. Welcome to the podcast, Living by Oak Values. My name is Robert, and I host these podcasts with my friend Gary. Join us today as we dive deep and share meaningful stories that help shape our lives. We will explore how we use these values to guide us through our life, our decisions, our relationships, and raising our kids. We are embracing a journey of personal growth and navigating our own paths. We are committed to living by these values and passing them on to our children. We are thrilled to have you here today and can't wait to share our latest episodes. Whether you're a longtime listener or just now discovering us, welcome. Join our Facebook community, Northman Legacy Crew. Feel free to introduce yourselves in the comments and let us know what topics you're most interested in hearing about. Check us out at northmancoaching.com. Sign up with your email for behind-the-scenes sneak peeks and exciting updates. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Happy listening.
So today's value is determination. Determination is defined as firm or unwavering adherence to one's purpose.
Determination is a very important value for several key reasons. To achieve your goals, overcoming obstacles, resilience, focus on clarity, growth mindset, influence on others, sense of purpose, self-confidence, and long-term success. Determination is critical because it drives individuals to pursue their goals, overcoming the challenges, develops resistance, and ultimately leading to a personal growth and success.
So the first bullet point we have is goal achievement. Determination helps individuals set and achieve their goals. It provides the motion to pursue objectives relentlessly, even when faced with challenges. So Rob, how do you measure your progress within your goals?
We have talked about this before. I use real small goals, obtainable every day or stepping stone goals. Because if I just say one long goal, I have a hard time reaching it. But if I can go a little goal here, a little goal here, a little goal here, it's much easier to eventually end up at the long-term goal.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of a picture I saw of two guys climbing a ladder, two ladders and two people. And one ladder's got these huge spaces between the rungs, and the other one has got the rungs a lot closer. And the guy with the rungs that are much closer has a much easier time reaching the top because the goals are small. And I think I actually said that in one of my first videos I did when I was hiking last year. I said, small goals lead to big goals.
Yes.
And big goals lead to confidence or whatever. I don't know what I said anymore, but that's how I'm the same way as you. As I set little goals and accomplish those little goals. And as I accomplish them, I move on to the next one and the next one. And to the person looking in from outside, they would assume that it looks like one giant goal. Anyway, so how do you stay motivated through the process of your little goals?
That is actually the hardest part. That is not easy to do. You have to find determination, actually. You have to come up with a reason to keep going.
So what's your reason?
My ultimate reason is I want to be a better man than I was yesterday.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful.
That is my overall goal. But each day I have to improve myself a little bit each day. And I may fail at it, but I keep. How about you, brother?
I think just the first thing, looking back and seeing the progress motivates me. And then we talked about it in a previous podcast, but I mean, you motivate me, man. When I talk to you about what's going on or what the next step is, no matter how tired or burnt out I am, you seem to have the answer that fires me back up. So I would say between talking to you and looking at the path that I've already come, then that's what motivates me. That's what keeps me moving along.
So you're bringing us to our next bullet point, overcoming obstacles.
Mm.
And part of that is determined individuals are more likely to overcome obstacles and setbacks. They view the difficulties as temporarily and are willing to find solutions rather than giving up. What has been a common obstacle so far in your life?
I don't want to go back to what I've been talking about in every podcast.
What has been a common obstacle for you this year?
Time. Finding time. Balancing it all out. For this year, that's my biggest obstacle. I think my biggest obstacle in life, and we talked about that in previous podcasts, is I find something that I love to do and I get burnt out and I stop. This venture that I'm on, that we're on, I feel like this is my true calling. I don't see giving up. I honestly, since I've started this work, I haven't given up on anything really. So I don't know that I'll be giving up on this or anything, unless it just doesn't suit me anymore. What are your biggest setbacks, would you say, or obstacles?
I am not a person that was very good with money. So this year, my biggest obstacle is keep managing my money properly. That is one that is a slow goal of mine. It's in the back of my head a lot more often, is that I need to do a better job. I need to do a better job. And I do a better job each day. So I'm not where I want to be.
Where do you want to be?
I want to be pretty proficient in having a nice nest egg by the time I retire, where I don't have to worry about money. But I don't think that's going to be in my future at the moment, because I constantly worry about money, and it's mainly because I just got a lot going on. I need to learn how to budget better.
Is that a scarcity mindset?
I just know I need to know how to budget better. Plan for the future better. Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean, I've never been great with budgeting. I do budget. I don't have any money. I don't want to jinx this, but I feel like when I need money, I work and I get it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I save, I have my nest egg, and then, stuff goes sideways and blow the nest egg. And I got to tighten the belt, I guess. I try not to worry about it too much.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like while I'm young, I can always go do something to make more if I have to, I suppose. I do have a quote for everybody here today. Quote is, "Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great." And that's John D. Rockefeller said that.
Well, I knew he knows how to handle money. So Definitely don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great is definitely taking risk. So
absolutely. Have you ever given up the good and not gotten the great in return?
Yes. But
how does that feel?
It sucks. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I hear you. I've done it many times.
The determination is like, get up and try again. And that's what really makes this value important.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I've given up the good and gotten a pile of dung, and I get mad for a minute, I suppose, or upset, but you just realize you made a mistake, you get back on your feet, and you try again. Do a little more research on what this great thing is. But so next bullet point is resilience. Determination fosters resilience. It empowers individuals to bounce back from failures and keep moving forward, which is essential for long-term success.
I agree with it.
Yeah.
I agree. That is almost what determination is in a nutshell.
Yes. I think if we have any regular listeners that have listened to this one and the one prior to this one and before that, resilience has come up in almost every value, I feel like.
Lately it has, for sure.
So we've asked questions, we've answered the questions. So this is just, we have no questions. We're just going to say that it's important to be resilient when being determined.
Yeah.
Because if you're not resilient, obviously you're not really determined, because you're just going to give up.
The next bullet point is focus and clarity. A determined mindset helps individuals maintain focus on their priorities. It clarifies what's important, allowing them to allocate time and energy effectively. How do you eliminate distractions from work so you can focus and have clarity?
Well, this is actually easy for me now because I don't take my job home with me. So when I'm done work, like I said in a previous podcast, that I allocate time for everything I want to do. So I allocate time for coaching, for the podcast, for the post office job, for my daughter. I'm so thankful that I actually have 36 hours in one day versus 24 like everybody else. That's a joke. But I have to allocate and schedule time and block time off, and that's the only way that I can deal with distractions.
I have found as I got older that I am not as multitask as I used to be. So I have to focus on what I'm doing, and everything else gets kind of put to the side. An example is when I'm working on the Model T, I focus on working on the Model T. And I could be having a conversation with you or my girlfriend, but I don't give you or my girlfriend or whoever the proper amount of time. And I can't truly focus on working on the Model T because I'm having a conversation with you at the same time. So a lot of times I will stop working on the Model T and have a intense, focused conversation with you or girlfriend or brother or whoever. Or I'll tell girlfriend, say, hey, listen, I'll get back to you because I need to work on this Model T and get this done out of my head so I can focus on it and get it done the way I want it and put 100% effort in it. And I'll call you back when I can give you a distraction-free focus.
And how does she deal with that?
At first, she didn't like it, but it almost became like a requirement. So I guess it is more like a boundary.
It's a boundary, yeah. Sure.
In the relationship where I need to focus on something simple is I need to focus. So
yeah. It's funny, along those lines, back when I first started this work, my first serious relationship after my divorce, I was living with a roommate, and my condo is very small, and you can hear everything. So when I talked to my girlfriend, I would always it would always be on the way home from work, or if I went for a walk, whatever. She had gotten so mad one day. She says, "I'm just your phone call and your ride home from work. That's all I am." I was like, "Listen, I want to give you my devotion, my time. I can hear you and I can understand you and actually listen to you while I'm on my way home. Once I get home, it's too loud and I cannot hear you. And it's too much going on for me to focus on you. So by me calling you when I leave work every day, that's me giving you the quality time that I have, to hear you, to understand and listen to you." And she just didn't get that.
Mm-hmm.
And we broke up, but I guess it's for the better. I mean, you don't get that, but there wasn't anything else that I could do, in my opinion, to switch things around. So why don't you read us that quote there, Mr. Rob?
All right. And the quote we have is, only put off until tomorrow what you are willing to die having left undone, by Pablo Picasso.
So what are you willing to put off until tomorrow?
Honest to truth, I have a lot of things that I need to get done that I have to put off till tomorrow.
Okay. So, it's funny that reading that quote, I don't really know, because only put off the things that until tomorrow that you're willing to die having left undone. I mean, that's everything in my life, I guess. I mean, there's only so many hours in a day.
Mm-hmm.
And, like my plate is full. Like I said, between my daughter, the podcasting, the coaching, the mailman job, like there's no time for everything, to not be putting things off. So I know that if I died tonight in my sleep, that there would be a lot of stuff undone. But everybody that knows me knows that I put my all into everything. And that's I have no other options except for making my days longer, which they can't be any longer.
Yeah.
But that gets to the next bullet point, which is growth mindset. Determination encourages a growth mindset where individuals believe in their ability to improve through effort and learning. The mindset fosters continuous personal and professional development. So, Rob, what are some strategies that you use to shift yourself from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset?
Well, I have started working on my personal growth by reading a lot more books, talking to other people, starting these discussions. And in my professional development, I go online and start doing classes, and I don't necessarily use all the skill sets that I learn about, but I just learn it sometimes just because I have the time at work to learn a different skill set. But to keep growing, it's hard to find people that want to keep growing, keep learning, even a personal and in professional. It's hard because they get relaxed, lackadaisical, etc., etc.
Find that comfort zone.
Yeah, in a comfort zone. Exactly. How about you?
I had to really think about the answer to this question, because I think the practical strategy that I use, and we've talked about it in other podcasts, and there's another podcast that I just listened to was talking about it, is the comfort zone. Like when I feel comfortable, something's wrong. The only time that I should be comfortable is when I'm on the couch watching TV or laying in bed going to sleep. If it has anything to do with my development or my personal development, whatever, if I get comfortable, something is wrong. And that's the only strategy that I can come up with, but I don't want to feel comfortable. So I real quick on that note, when I first started doing this work, I had started dating this woman, and the same woman we talked about in the last question. And I thought I was done. I was very comfortable in the progress that I've made. And I thought that I was done. There was nothing left to learn. I knew it all. And I quickly learned that I was about as good of boyfriend as I was a husband, and it ended. And I realized that this journey that I'm on never actually ends, and the growth never ends. It's every day, keep learning more and more and more, and you're never done. The moment I thought I was done learning and I knew it all, and everything collapsed again around me. So I know that, and that was definitely not comfortable when it all happens again, like deja vu. So yeah, so I guess my strategy is whenever I feel comfortable, I need to start trying to break free from that comfort to find, a different twist on what I'm doing or whatever to make it exciting or different or uncomfortable, I guess.
I had a discussion with somebody one time, and it was once you climb a mountain and you reach to the top and you look out and you see all these other mountains and you've been to Mount Washington, you know how painful that was to climb.
Do I ever?
What's inside of you to keep climbing these mountains?
I don't know.
That is part of the determination too, is that sometimes you just don't know that what drives you.
It's funny because after Mount Washington, and I'm pretty sure you were in the same boat as me. We were all set.
Yeah.
And then what did we do a year later? We climbed Mount Mitchell. That's even bigger than Washington. Yeah, that's I don't know why I keep wanting to climb different mountains to the top. I think because I believe it's because I feel comfortable in what just everyday life. That I continue to challenge myself with my development and stuff, but my free time consists of the same thing. It's always surfing, hiking, kayaking, sleeping. So sometimes I want to get out and do something different. And I have never actually climbed any mountain without you. So whenever we see each other, we climb a mountain usually. Except last time my knee was hurt, I think it was. I don't know what it was, but we didn't climb. So why do you keep climbing?
Because there's another mountain to climb.
Okay. What's your next big mountain, my friend? I know it is, but tell the listeners, what are you doing? Come on, the big one.
Kilimanjaro.
Mount Kilimanjaro. You're going to Africa, huh?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
I'm not going with you. I'm sorry. I'll be busy in the Dominican Republic working on my suntan.
Yeah.
Well, you're wearing your puffy frostbite coat. I'll be wearing my sandals.
Yes. So the joke for today. Did you hear the one about the baker who dominated the pastry competition through determination and superior sugar content?
I did not.
He went in all buns glazing.
That's good. Like all guns blazing, but this is buns and glazing. I like glazed buns. Should we give another shout out to our place over here in Providence? Need donuts.
Dun, dun, dun.
That brings us to our next bullet point, which is influence on or over others. Determined individuals can inspire those around them. Their persistence and tenacity can motivate others to adopt a similar attitude and strive for their own goals. I totally agree with that. I am determined, and I believe that I inspire you, amongst others, and I know you're determined, and you definitely inspire me. So yeah, I believe that determined individuals definitely inspire those around them.
Yes.
And this episode is brought to you by Northman Coaching and their Oak Value Cards. Are you looking for a little boost in motivation and self-improvement? If so, then check out our Oak Value Cards and empower yourself with our motivational and insightful core value cards. Enter promo code DETERMINATION for 10% off of your order.
And the next bullet point is determination often leads to a strong sense of purpose. Individuals who are determined tend to have a clear vision of what they want to achieve, providing direction in their lives. How does determination keep you in line with where you want to go?
Well, I think because I have a goal, and I can picture that goal at the end. I can very clearly see that goal at the end. So that's all I need. So I'm determined every day to move toward that goal. But I think so. I guess if I had to answer that question simply, it would be the vision of my goal is what keeps me determined.
You work at this opposite than I do. I know that I have a goal to work to. I don't envision a goal. I take it small steps at a time in that direction. I look at what can I do tomorrow? Is that in the direction of my goal? Yes or no? And if it is, I'll do it. If it's not, I skip it. I don't necessarily look at the long-term goal envisioning that it's complete. I look at the small steps to get to it.
But what keeps you determined? What keeps you in line?
Because I do the small steps. I do small achievements. That's what keeps me in. It may not be a straight line, crooked as the devil's backbone, but
is his backbone crooked? I didn't know that.
It's a road. It's called the devil's backbone. It's a very crooked road. Oh,
gotcha. So I am like you in the sense that I use small goals to get to the big goal at the end. But what keeps me in line is the visual that I gave myself of that goal.
So was there a pivotal moment when you said, "Hey, I needed a clear purpose or goal," and what did you do about it?
What I do about it, I don't know the exact moment that it happened, but it was probably shortly after Mexico, when I was down there with the guys.
Is it not that tattoo on your arm?
For giving me a clear goal?
Oh yeah, for giving you a clear goal.
We can talk about the tattoo in a minute if you want, but
no. I was thinking that was
so
down in Mexico.
Yes, hanging out with Dennis and Charlie and you and all the guys down there, I realized that this is what I want to do with my life. I want to be a life coach. Just seeing Dennis and Charlie living down in Mexico for, was it 6 weeks, 8 weeks? 10, I don't know what it was.
6 weeks.
It was like forever, it felt like. And they're just coaching guys. Not saying they weren't working. They were working their butts off. But they were making a difference in people's lives while enjoying themselves in Mexico. I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to help people. But I would love to do this, after I retire from the post office. I would love to do this from my hammock on an island. So that's, if you could look in my head, you would see my end goal is a picture of me on a hammock with my laptop, helping somebody the best that I can.
That was a pretty place in Mexico. That was
beautiful.
Sure. Yeah.
It was beautiful. But that's the picture that I have in my head for the end game.
Awesome. You got the next bullet.
And our next bullet point is self-confidence. Achieving goals through determination builds self-confidence. Each success reinforces the belief in one's abilities, encouraging further risk-taking and ambition.
I agree.
Okay, there we go. I'm not going to ask you the question. Do you agree or disagree? You would agree with that. Yes, I agree also. Every time that I make an impact on someone's life, or we make an impact, it reinforces that this is what I want to do. Yeah. So every time that we, help another person out, getting validation that this is what we're supposed to be doing. Yes, and that's what keeps pushing me when I see that I've done something that's helped other people out, and I truly enjoy it, and that's why. So I agree. We'll leave it at that. I agree.
Yep. And then the last bullet point is determination is often a key for long-term success. While talent and opportunity are important, it is often determination that makes a difference in achieving significant accomplishments. You can see that at work. The person who is determined to get it done, the person who is determined to learn the new software, the person X, the person at work, who's determined. And yes, they are often the one that gets promoted or gets X, Y, and Z. So yeah, there is a lot to say about long-term success with determination.
I agree. Yes. You can be great at your job, but if you're not determined, you'll do great things for a short period of time. Actually, it reminds me of that story of the turtle and the hare.
Ah, yes.
The turtle was determined to win that race. And the hare was so fast and so full of himself that he could take a nap. What happened when he took the nap? The determined turtle made all the way to the end and beat him.
All right. And if you would like to go further or deeper on this topic and learn how to be more determined, reach out to us. We want to know you and hear your powerful story. Chat or connect with us by booking your free session on our website, northmancoaching.com. And folks, that's a wrap on today's episode. And of course, thank you all out there for listening. We're so glad you could join us today. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, Living by Oak Values. And if you feel generous, leave us a review. It really helps us out and keeps these conversations going. For more updates and exclusive content, join our Facebook group, Northman Legacy Crew. Follow us on YouTube, TikTok, or visit our website, northmancoaching.com. We'll be back next week with another exciting episode that you don't want to miss. Until then, keep discussing your values and embracing the journey. Take care and stay authentic.